Hello dear students, how are you? I hope you are doing well. So again we are here with a new science chapter, Nutrition in Plants, class 7th. So are you guys ready? Let us see what we are going to discuss in this chapter. So here first we'll talk about the introduction part. Then we'll discuss about the mode of nutrition in plants. That means what type of nutrition we'll be having in different plants. Then we'll discuss about the process of photosynthesis, how plants make their food. We'll talk about various modes of nutrients, saprotrophs, how nutrients are replaced in soil. Let us start with the introduction part. When we talk about this chapter, nutrition in plants, we basically observe that there are certain substances which are living and non-living. So here we'll talk about those substances. Living, you all knows, there are certain properties, certain characteristics that a living organism show. Like if I talk about living organism need food. We need food, plants need food, animals need food, and without food, we will not survive for long. So, living organisms need food. Now, if I ask you, your study table or your pen or your copy, does it need any food? No, they do not need any food. So, they are non-living organisms. So, let us talk about more this thing in living and non-living organisms. So, here you can see some pictures of animals, plants, books, study table. Can you recognize what are living substances and what are non-living substances? If I say that this plant is living substance, if I say the animals are living substances, if I say your study table is non-living, your books are non-living. So why they are living or why some substances are non-living, we are going to discuss detail in this chapter. Let's start. So when we talk about the living organisms, we say that we human beings, the plants, some animals, they are living organisms. Why they are living organism? Do we have some specific characteristic? Yes, as I told you, they need food. Yes, without food, if they do not need food, then we can say they may not survive for long if they are living organisms. Like suppose if you do not eat for longer time, what will happen? You feel some hungry, you feel that some energy has been lost from your body, you feel weak, and for longer if you do not take any food, what will happen? For longer, if we do not take food, we will not survive. So basically, we as living organisms, animals as living organisms, plants as living organisms, we all need food. So, we need food means living organisms need food and we cannot survive without food. Let us move further and discuss few more properties. Before that, let us talk about non-living organisms. When we talk about non-living organisms, you can see some important examples here, like a log of wood, like chair, like water bottle. They do not need any food for their survival. That means they are non-living. They do not need food. Now, let us talk about plants. What is the food for plant? What is the nutrient that plant need? So you have observed that plant need sunlight. You must have seen that plants they require sunlight, and without sunlight they do not grow largely. They need water. If you do not water your plants, that means the plants will not grow. They will dry after some time without water. At the same time, manure is also required for the growth of plant. So these are the nutrients that a plant need. So when we talk about nutrients, we generally say the nutrients are like those substances that are required as a food in our body to provide nutrition, and finally will get energy from these nutrients. We have carbohydrates, we have proteins, we have fats, we have vitamins. So basically, when we talk about the intake of food by any living organism, may it be plant or animal, we call the process as nutrition. So nutrition, basically we talk about the intake of food by plants as well as animals. Now, let us discuss some important life processes and activities. We'll talk about the nutrition, we'll talk about respiration, we'll discuss transportation, control and coordination, reproduction, growth and development. These are some important properties that a living organism shows. That means if I ask you, do living organism nutrition? Yes. Do they respire? Yes. So these are certain life processes that actually separates a living organism from non-living organism. And at the end, we talk about movement. We'll discuss movement separately, because when I talk about movement, you may say, yes, your toy car also moves. You may say, when you drive your bicycle or ride your bicycle, that moves. It is non-living, but it shows movement because of some force involved. When you ride bicycle, you apply some mechanical force. Similarly, when your toy car is moving, it has some battery in it. So these are non-living substances which sometimes show movement just because of some external force has been applied to it. So let us discuss all these properties or all these processes one by one. So first thing, keep in mind, we need food to get energy. That means why food is required? Why do we require nutrition? We get energy from this food, from this nutrition. So to perform our metabolic activities, we need energy, and we require food to get energy. So we get energy from our food. Let us move further. So this is the nutrition. When we talk about nutrition, we say that it is the intake of food by living organisms, may it be plants, may it be animals.
To watch the complete video, download the Upbind educational app from Play Store and App Store.